All right, Jonathan, kick us off.
Jonathan Rob LeCon, 5 Reasons Sports. Hey, Olivier, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, and you?
Doing well, bro. Appreciate you asking. 4 wins in a row ties a career best for you, and you're going into this Friday with the opportunity to make it 5. What do you feel like you've been doing right during this recent period of success?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't mind. I don't care.
You've been winning. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I guess the training is less hard. I would say maybe I'm smarter when I train right now. I always, like a lot of people have the mentality that when you go training, you have to be like a bull, try to kill your training partner in front of you. But I think in the last 2 years, especially with the pandemic and with everything, you work closer to your training partner and you take more care of them. And with that come you're training smarter, you just try to help each other. And I think that's what happened. I mean, the last 2-3 years, we were a really small group of people training together, and we take care of each other, and we really mind everybody getting better. And I think that's one of the things that happened. And I think the pandemic killed me inside, so I don't care about anything right now. And so, like, because of that, I'm maybe less stressed when I go fight. In the last 2 or 3 fights, I was more stressed of not being stressed, which was real weird,
You feel like you should have been stressing out a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, speaking of those last couple of fights, you've been doing a really good job in your time during the PFL, controlling the center of the octagon and pressuring your opponents. How key is it in your game plan to be the one fighting off the front and not off your back foot?
But I don't think it's true what you just said. I mean, the first fight I did this season was the opposite of that. I think one of the hardest thing to fight me, I'm different almost every fight. Since the beginning of my fight in PFL, every fight was a different style. So I think it's a big problem for my opponent to try to know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, for sure, the last fight I took the center and I kept the center. And that was part of the plan, to fight Manfio. We knew he was not super active. I was surprised how not active he was actually. But we knew he was a big counter puncher. So last training camp was making a lot of feints and taking the center. And the end fighting happened during the fight. It was not part of the plan, but I saw he really had a lot of trouble with the hand fighting.
Now, last one for me, my man. You weren't able to make the playoffs last year because of situations out of your control. Does missing the playoffs last year make you appreciate the moment a little bit more this time?
No, like I tell you, I think I'm dead. I'm dead inside. I don't care. I mean, I was happy to fight last year. And I mean, I was almost more happy for Manfio, the dude that took my place and changed his family's life. So I was happy for that. I don't know. I was just there to fight,
I got you. Thanks for your time, man, and I appreciate you being you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's nice.
Anyone else for Olivier? Any more questions? All right, Conan, go ahead.
I thought nobody was answering. I was like, oh, yeah, awesome.
Hey, Olivier. You've been with the PFL for 2 years now. Could you share to us what has been your best experience so far with the PFL?
The best experience with PFL. It's funny because I think I like my first fight in PFL against what is his name, Eld, and the reason is I really like different experience, and the experience to be in a bubble for 2 weeks. I thought it was like shit. in the beginning, but I kind of liked it. For some reason, I was really concentrating on the fight. And for some reason, during the bubble, I was a little bit like not mad, but like not enjoying it. But after the bubble, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool, actually. That was really, really cool. And I think that was the best experience for some reason. And of course, all the other fights were great, but it was back to normal. So I think I like the little... I like the fact that it was different, the first fight.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're going to answer this, but if you compare all your four previous PFL opponents, who do you think was the hardest?
Oh, well, fuck. I think everybody can say that Nathan Schultz was the hardest. I mean, you have I do think you have a perfect style to fight me, so yeah.
Okay. Your next opponent is Alex Martinez, also fighting out of Canada. I'm sure you studied his fights. What do you think of his fighting skills?
I think it's good.
All right.
Look like you're reading something. I actually trained with him. So I trained with him like 3 years ago. And I mean, we know each other. We were friends. Well, I consider him a friend. I heard he said we were not that close of a friend, but that broke my heart when he said that. But yeah, I mean, we trained together and we talked a lot, and we knew last year that maybe something like this could happen since that he took someone place, I think last year too, or he got signed. Anyway, we knew something could happen. But it happened this year, and like I said, I mean, it's part of the game. So yeah, it's funny because two of the competitor in the tournament are a friend of mine. I'm a good friend with Stevie Ray too. We trained together in the past in TriStar, so it's interesting. And yeah, that's it.
May the better fighter win. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey there. I appreciate you making some time to talk, man.
Oh, no, I have to be here. I'm not allowed to not be here. Like, don't be fooled. I don't want to be here.
All right. Well, off to a good start. But I was going to ask about there because you guys have trained before, as you said. And when I spoke to him after his last fight, when the playoffs hadn't been solidified, he's like, oh, I'm friends with him and everything like that, and maybe would rather fight other people just based on that. So, like, what did you think when the fight was initially announced?
Yeah, I was not happy. I mean, I'm not enjoying this fight. I know I have to do it, but I'm not excited about this fight. And like I said to some of the PFL staff, if I have to fight Stevie Ray at the end, I would fight two friends of mine to win. I would do like Spartacus, you just take control of PFL and make them fight instead. So I hope they're ready to fight, because I'm not happy to fight some friends. I think it's funny because there's probably a freaking joke to make about capitalists and fight for $1 million, but fight your friend for that. But I won't do that joke. I mean, $1 million is pretty cool.